slide up here and help me. Not getting started. Come over here. Yep.
Yeah, just cranking them up and get their branding up there somewhere.
Not tighten the real photo on that thing. Mark it like this up here.
May very well be.
Everybody hear me? Outstanding. How's everybody doing this afternoon?
You gotta lift back up.
Yeah, let me know. I tightened that filter up.
What we're going to talk about here today is some of the technology that was used in the mid-20th century in warplane. In fact, your whole time here that you spend today looking at the armor, talking to the reenactors, talking to the veterans and such, I want you to keep in mind all these tanks, all this equipment, everything you see out here did not make history. They are nothing more than inanimate objects. What has made history from our very beginning, and what is still making history today, is we have Marine soldiers, airmen and sailors moving around countries around the world. It's the Marines behind the troops. The human element, we as the people, is what made history. So as we go through these various technologies, you look at this equipment today, don't think about the tools themselves. Think about those tools and who throughout history that utilize them.
You know you're done when you can't breathe any longer. You're good. They said that's spark plug for 34. I can tell. Right there in that corner. Oh, we've been there. I know exactly what's going on.
Working in tandem, any one of the three elements become your base of fire, while the other two elements become your maneuvering element. Any one of the maneuvering elements get bogged down, they can then pick up the role of the base of fire, and the other two elements would then become maneuvering. So this constant work back and forth like that gave us tremendous flexibility on the battlefield. Was the guys on the sharp end, usually the first ones to make contact. Some of the battle limpets are carrying like that some new weapons we developed. One of the things that we had over top of the Japanese is beside the fact that we were stealing their technology, they actually stagnated in development. By 1943, 1944, the Japanese were still primarily relying on a bolt-action rifle as their principal weapon. They had various light machine guns like that, but most of the weapons like that were ineffective compared to our own semi-automatic weapons, such as the carbine and the M1 service rifle. Fire team now is laying down a base of fire. Squad leader is calling in artillery support. Solving that target up. We may be dumb, but we're not stupid. One problem is when you're using indirect fire artillery, you're still having to keep a Zerber out front, and there's no guarantee you're going to be able to lay steel on target with the technology we had at that time. Something a little bit more effective when we could get our hands on them, again, combined service. That Sherman may be an inferior to the German weapons of the time, but against the Japanese, they were devastating. Now all the weapons are coming up. Like I say, we're using the 30 caliber light machine gun. The idea again, we cannot get to the people in the bunker, but we can sure as hell keep their heads down. Now the advantage we have with an armor coming up as a bunker buster is now, instead of having indirect fire of artillery and having to readjust targets, we can turn around and that gunner is laying his targets on it and putting direct fire against the bunker. All right, the squad leader now is giving shift fire. They soften the bunker. They're keeping their heads down. By shifting fire, they're not aiming their own troops. As you move closer, they're coming in with the flamethrower. And again, the idea behind it is to basically incapacitate those people that you cannot see, cannot hear. Believe it or not, I might say it was very effective. When humping that 70 pounds around, he just dumped his entire load. On the other hand, he's pretty much incapacitated those Japanese soldiers that are inside that bunker. This allows now the rest of the rifle squad hopefully to come up and either use a satchel charge or small arm fire to be able to take out the target. And in reality, this would become the most dangerous time for the infantrymen. They don't know, like say, by the time we got to places like Iwo Jima, Okinawa, where the Japanese had time to dig in and had extensive tunnel systems, even though they may take out the opening of a bunker or, like say, a hardened position like this, there's still no guarantees that the people inside could pull back and then at the last minute come out and lay fire against the Marines advancing on it. Gunny Sullivan's very tenacious, so he's going to make sure that's not going to happen. Good to go. As I said, ladies and gentlemen, saw that very simple operation. But now, again, think about our whole concept here. You saw neat toys in play. Toys that, by technology of today, are over 60 years old. But if you put things in perspective, this tactical demonstration, that armor you see over here, that flamethrower and such, to them, that was the latest technology, the warfighting development. They do an incredible presentation. They keep the history alive. They are their guys. I just want to thank the volunteers who brought the Sherman tank down here. It's still
pretty wild, huh? Yeah. I jumped.
I also want to take a moment to especially recognize our Marines who are carrying 70 pounds plus on the Give a nice round of applause.